Hi guys, let's talk about workplace politics. Not sleazy, dirty politics, but ethical, honorable, and clean politics. Believe it or not, good politics exist and it should be embraced and encouraged. In the early stages of my career, I thought that politics is a dirty game, not meant for people with integrity. I had many misconceptions about politics. Today, I want to talk about three myths we hold about politics. This topic is covered in two parts. I will continue with the same topic in the next video, so watch out for the next video. What I share with you comes from my personal experience as a leader, someone who actually plays in the sandbox, and my experience as a coach to many executives. I'm motivated to talk on this topic after recently listening to Neven Postema, an international authority on this topic. To help people like you and me, she has written an amazing book called If You Don't Do Politics, Then Politics Will Do You. This statement is so true. Neven is saying that we don't have a choice. We must jump into political whirlpool and learn to swim whether we like it or not. So let's get started. Early in my career, I decided that politics don't align with my nature without even understanding what politics truly meant. I thought I'm here to get things done, not play games. I focused on cultivating relationships and looking out for the good of my people and my organization. In essence, I was already engaging in the game without even knowing it. And along the way, I experienced both successes and failures. Failures helped me recognize the need for a change in my head in the sand approach. It was time to sharpen my axe. I tried to finesse my game, learn the rules of the game, read about it, and sought guidance from my coach and mentors. I'm still learning about it. This journey has led me to the point where I now work as an executive coach, talking to other leaders and professionals at every career stage about organizational politics and how to get good at it. People perceive workplace politics very negatively. Politics is considered toxic, frustrating, unethical, demotivating, draining, and unfair. Despite this negative baggage, it's crucial to recognize that office politics is not always malignant and unethical. Politics basically revolves around two fundamental aspects of leadership: influence and building relationships. There are many myths we hold about politics. A myth is a false notion or a belief that may be erroneous or misguided and unfounded. You can learn to be politically savvy only after you remove these misconceptions and see politics in a good light. Myth number one is that you can either uphold your integrity, your values, or engage in politics. This misconception is so pervasive. How could a leader with integrity be involved in something so toxic and immoral? When people think of politics, then backstabbing, corruption, blame, spreading rumors, bad-mouthing come to mind. This is because there are numerous examples of really bad political practices around us. It is easy to see bad politics within the government of many countries, including the United States and India. If you listen to the news, then you know what I'm talking about. The dirty tricks some people play are signs of poor leadership. Then how can a sane, moral person play politics? Allow me to share a story that may sound familiar to you. A medical director, a pulmonologist by profession, within a prestigious institution wanted to establish a state-of-the-art lung cancer screening program. To gain approval for this project, she met with the relevant stakeholders. She took initiative to understand their perspective and priorities before the business case was to be presented in an important meeting. A group of key leaders in this meeting were to determine which projects, including her project, would receive financial support. So before formally presenting her proposal, She diligently acquired insights into the requirements for a successful case so that she could advocate for her idea effectively. Her moves show how ethical use of politics can facilitate a strategic initiative. This is an example of good politics. At the same time, another colleague who was also seeking investment for his project chose a different path. To promote his own idea, he resorted to spreading baseless rumors about the lack of scientific validity behind the medical director's endeavors and poor track record of her initiatives in the past. This is an example of destructive and negative politics. He tried to tarnish the credibility of a competitor's proposal to bolster his own chances of success. There are two types of politics, good and bad, ethical and unethical. People who play good, ethical, and clean politics exist in this universe. Myth number 2 is that escaping office politics is possible. Guys, politics always comes into play wherever two or more individuals interact. Political dynamics are not confined to the workplace alone. They show up within families, religious congregations, charitable organizations, hospitals, and even parent-teacher associations in our elementary schools. They exist across both corporate and non-corporate sectors. Professor Bowman and Deal, who have done a lot of research in this area, say that the question is not whether organizations will have politics, but rather what kind of politics they will have. There is no place on earth and perhaps in heaven where you can escape politics. As social beings, we rely on relationships and informal influence when we work with others. If you are in an environment surrounded by people, then you cannot run away from politics. Myth number 3 is the notion that politics has no impact on your job performance or career trajectory. If you work hard, you can make it. I have met many professionals, especially women, who don't want to engage in politics. They believe that their accomplishments should stand on their own. My daughter says, "Mom, I don't need to network with anybody, any professionals, because they can see my work." That's nonsense, really. Carla Harris, vice chairman at Morgan Stanley, says, "You can't rely solely on your work to advocate for you. Work doesn't communicate by itself." Guys, your work has no feet to stand upon. You have to raise your work and wave it like a flag to draw attention to it. Invisible contributions have no value. Self-promotion is not just beneficial, but essential. I provide guidance to women on the art of graceful self-promotion. They listen to me. They succeed. Unfortunately, my own daughter won't listen to me. I know one day she will understand that mom was right. Friends, engaging in political dynamics means establishing relationships, gaining influence, and attaining power. Find a coach, a mentor, or an ally to learn to successfully navigate workplace politics. Read books on this topic. As I mentioned earlier, Devin Postema published this wonderful book with an appropriate title called "If You Don't Do Politics, Politics Will Do You." I listened to her talk a few months ago in a Stanford leadership course where we were both course faculty. I am really impressed with Nevin's perspective and honesty about her own political experiences. The book is a short and very interesting read, studded with stories. It will teach you how to navigate office politics effectively, with integrity, and without losing your soul. It will surely change your viewpoint about politics. I'm also adding the link to other great books on this topic, including the one from Harvard Business Review. In my next video, I will talk about the other 3 misconceptions about workplace politics, so stay tuned for the next video. Guys, politically savvy is a key dimension of a great leadership. You don't need to play dirty tricks or sell your soul to become good at it. Change your misconceptions about politics and learn to play the game ethically. We need people like you to set good examples. Don't hold back, jump right in and take charge.